Whoa! Okay, okay. Deep breaths. That that was just a taste of what's to come. Let me tell you, folks, I made a huge mistake. A truly terrifying mistake. And it all started with this antique mirror. Hi, I'm Sarah and I love vintage stuff. Always have. But this was different. This wasn't just a pretty piece of furniture. This was something else. Something that changed my life. I found it in an old antique shop, tucked away in the back corner, almost hidden. Dust motes danced in the weak sunlight filtering through the grimy window, illuminating its tarnished silver frame and the oddly distorted reflection it cast. It was beautiful, yes, but there was a darkness to it, an unsettling energy that immediately sent shivers down my spine. I ignored that feeling, of course. Big mistake. I bought it. And that's when the nightmares began. It all started at a dusty old antique shop tucked away on a cobbled side street. I wasn't even looking for a mirror, honestly. But there it was, nestled amongst chipped teacups and tarnished silver, a truly breathtaking antique mirror. The frame was ornate, carved with swirling, almost demonic-looking figures. Dark wood, heavily lacquered, it seemed to absorb the light around it. You'll see the pictures. The craftsmanship was incredible, meticulous, almost unsettlingly so. The glass itself was old, slightly clouded, giving it this mysterious, almost ethereal quality. I could see my reflection, but it felt off, like it wasn't quite me staring back. A little distorted, a little too pale. There was something about the way the light caught the curves of the frame, casting strange shadows that shifted even as I stood still. It was alluring, undeniably, a piece of history, a captivating work of art. But there was also this undeniable unease, a subtle prickling at the back of my neck. I hesitated, I really did. But the price was ridiculously low, and the beauty of it. It was just too much to resist. I had to have it. It was a mistake. I know that now. A terrible mistake. But in that moment, I was completely captivated. This beautiful, haunted thing was coming home with me. The first few nights were off. Nothing major. Just unsettling. A faint creaking sound from upstairs, even though I lived alone. I'd check. Find nothing. Then, shadows. Flickering peripheral visions. I'd swear I saw something move in the reflection. A fleeting glimpse of a figure. But when I looked directly, nothing. It was just a feeling. A prickling on my skin. A constant sense of being watched. The air felt heavy, colder than the rest of the house, especially near the mirror. It started affecting my sleep. I'd wake up drenched in sweat, heart pounding, with the feeling that something had been near my face. I tried to rationalize it. Stress, exhaustion, but I knew, deep down, it wasn't that. One morning I found my bedroom door slightly ajar, even though I distinctly remember closing and locking it before bed. Chills ran down my spine as I realized that the unsettling feeling was slowly getting stronger, more insistent. Then came the whispers. Faint, barely audible, but definitely there. They were too indistinct to understand, but they carried a chilling tone, something like a low moan or sigh. My cat, usually fearless, started avoiding the room altogether. He wouldn't even go near the mirror. The pictures on my wall seemed to shift, subtly changing their angles, especially the one facing the mirror. I started documenting everything, snapping photos of the shadows, recording the sounds on my phone. I wish I hadn't. Looking back, the evidence is terrifying. Things started getting weird, really weird. At first, it was just unsettling feelings, like being watched. Then came the noises, faint whispers at night. I'd jump awake, heart pounding, but there was never anyone there. The reflection in the mirror seemed different, slightly distorted almost, alive. Then the shadows started. Long, dark shapes that moved across my bedroom walls, even when the curtains were drawn. They weren't just shadows, they felt sinister. One night I woke to a cold breeze, even though the windows were closed. The mirror was ice cold to the touch. I swear I heard a giggle, a child's giggle, coming from the reflection. I was terrified. I started sleeping with the lights on. The next few days were a blur of fear. Objects would move on their own. My books would fall from the shelves. Drawers would open and slam shut. It was like something was playing with me, testing my limits. I felt a constant dread, a pressure in my chest. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was very, very wrong. I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat. I was losing my mind. I knew I had to do something. This wasn't just a creepy antique. It was something far more sinister. Things were getting seriously creepy. I couldn't ignore it anymore. First, I tried researching the mirror. The antique shop owner knew nothing about its history. Online searches turned up nothing. It was like it appeared from thin air. Next, I reached out to a local paranormal investigation team. They were awesome. They came over, set up all their gear, EMF readers, infrared cameras, the whole deal. They spent hours in my house. The readings around the mirror were off the charts. The infrared camera caught strange, cold spots. One image even seemed to show a fleeting, shadowy figure near the mirror. I'll show you that still. It's chilling. Then we tried a cleansing ritual. Sage, smudging, salt circles, the works. It felt powerful, but honestly, nothing changed. The unsettling atmosphere persisted. The noises continued. The shadows still danced in my peripheral vision. It was clear this wasn't something easily fixed with a bit of sage and some prayers. The investigation confirmed my worst fears. This mirror was seriously haunted. I knew I had to get rid of it. It all came to a head one night. I was alone. The house was silent. Then I heard it. A whisper coming from the mirror. It wasn't a normal whisper. It was guttural, cold. It felt like ice crawling on my skin. I froze, my heart hammering against my ribs. The reflection in the mirror, it shifted. My own face was twisted, distorted. A shadowy figure began to form behind me in the glass. It was tall, dark, and impossibly thin. Terror choked me. I couldn't breathe. I tried to scream, but only a whimper escaped my lips. The figure reached out from the mirror. Its hand, long and skeletal, stretched towards me. I scrambled back, knocking over a chair in my panic. The shadowy figure in the mirror lunged forward, and I swear I felt a cold touch graze my arm. The feeling was electric, searing, terrifying. I was convinced it was going to pull me into the mirror, into whatever hellish realm it inhabited. I didn't know what to do. I just knew I had to escape. That was it. I couldn't stay in that house another second. That night, fueled by adrenaline and pure, unadulterated fear, I ripped the mirror from the wall, shattering the glass and sending shards flying everywhere. It was the most terrifying experience of my life. I haven't looked back since. I knew I couldn't keep it. Not after what happened. The constant feeling of dread, the whispers. It was too much. So, I did the only thing I could think of. I wrapped that cursed mirror in a heavy tarp. Then I drove it miles away, to a secluded spot in the woods. I couldn't bring myself to smash it. The idea of shattering that ancient glass felt wrong somehow. Instead, I left it there, at the base of a gnarled old oak. I wanted it buried, but the sheer weight of it, I just couldn't. I left it as a warning to anyone else who might stumble across it. The relief afterward was immediate. It was like a physical weight lifted from my chest. The sleepless nights ended. The unsettling shadows vanished. My apartment felt safe again, finally. But there are still lingering effects. I'm more cautious now. I scrutinize things more closely. A simple reflection in a window, a darkened corner. These things now trigger a very specific kind of unease. I'm jumpier, easily startled. Sleep is still fragile. Sometimes late at night I'll catch myself looking over my shoulder. But the terror, the all-consuming fear of the mirror, that's gone. The experience changed me, though. I'm not sure if it was purely psychological or something else entirely, but I'm more keenly aware of unseen energies and unexplainable phenomena now. I'm certainly more cautious about what I bring into my home. And let me tell you, I'll never buy an antique mirror again. Never. The cost was far too high. The lesson learned? Some things are best left undisturbed. Some treasures are better left buried, or better yet, left untouched entirely. So there you have it, my terrifying tale of the antique mirror. Buying that thing? Biggest mistake ever. I shudder even thinking about it now. The sleepless nights, the constant feeling of being watched. It's something I'll never forget. Let's just say I'm sticking to IKEA furniture from now on. Seriously, though, the whole experience was a wild ride. I'm still processing it all. Getting rid of the mirror felt like a huge weight lifted. The house feels normal again, quiet, peaceful. It's amazing the difference. I hope this video served as a warning, a chilling reminder to be cautious when buying antiques, especially those with a history. You never know what you might be bringing home. Have you ever had a similar experience with a haunted object? A creepy doll? An unsettling painting? I really want to hear your stories. Share them in the comments below. Let's create a community of haunted object enthusiasts, or survivors maybe? And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button. More spooky stories are on their way. We'll explore more haunted items, delve into paranormal investigations, and uncover the mysteries surrounding the supernatural. Don't miss out. Click that bell icon too so you'll get notified whenever a new video drops. Thanks for watching.